quoting from the book once again, "Under the authority of the Rose Cross Order founded in America in 1858, prominent delegates of the order were gathered in the most remarkable conclave held during the last 5,000 years. The publication of whose records now opens to the world the connection of Egypt in her ages of true religion, power, and glory with the mystic seal of the United States, whose heraldic symbolism declaring the mighty destiny of America has until now only been known to a limited number. Not anymore."
So, quoting from The Genesis 6 Conspiracy by Gary Wayne on page 542, and I quote, "Rosicrucianism is a secretive, hermetic philosophy. Just as Hermes taught Enoch is considered the father of alchemy. Rosicrucians were chemical philosophers who blended religion with the secrets of chemistry. Alchemy shares a common ancestry with shamans, magicians, smiths, and miners. They believe in the maxim, as above, so below. Rosicrucianism retains the promise of a repository of ancient knowledge, according to Marshall. It is a secret society that extracts vows of silence, just as all other cults of mysticism do." Close quote.
4 miles from the town of Quakertown, men and women of all ranks of life and from all parts of the world, high masons and members of the Eastern Star, physicians, teachers, authors, and members of all denominations, inclusive of the Hebrew, all these assembled at the call of the Grand Master of the Rose Cross Order for the 68th Convocation. One order. They are known as the Brotherhood, the Order, the Ancient Order of the Rose and Cross, the Fraternity of Freemasons.
Quoting again from Mr. Wayne's book, quote, "The Rosy Crucis has been recorded as far back as 3500 BCE in Mesopotamia. It was the distinguishing mark of Cain, identifying the royal bloodline of the Sangreal, particularly denoting the royal or matrilineal succession of the uterine womb or chalice of the Grail Queen. And of course, the Grail was the perpetual blood of matriarchal Dragon Queen succession, the maternal blood celebrated as the supreme excellence or starfire. The standard superficial symbol for Rosicrucianism is the Rose Cross, similar to that of the Templars, who wore it as their emblem, and of the Fisher Kings, who bore it as a birthmark, the mark of Cain. Continuing with the quote here, it is said that the masters hold out a rose as a remote reward for initiates and impose the cross on all who enter into their order. In actuality, Rosicrucianism is made up of 2 words, rosy and crux. Both are Latin words meaning rose cross. Rose signifies dew, which to alchemists is the solvent of gold or an elixir. Crux is a Latin word equivalent to light in its allegorical interpretation. because the figure of the cross exhibits three letters from which lux is derived. Lux is, of course, the root for its derivatives light and Lucifer, just as we have already learned. Alternatively, crux is the chemical hieroglyph for light. Thus, the authentic elixir of immortality is light. Close quote. Quoting once again from Mr. Wayne's book, quote, "Once more, all the secret symbols and allegories of this secret society led directly back to alleged royal bloodlines of Jesus and the Nephilim, as well as to imagery linking all back to the red dragon, Satan." And lastly here, the five-petal rose of the Rosicrucians is the dog rose. It is a symbol for reincarnation because it can fruit without being pollinated. Therefore, it can die but be born again, identical to itself.
United States. In the time of Solomon, as in the time of the Egyptian priesthood, no ceremony was ever held unless the circle of Solomon, commonly called the sacred seal of Solomon, had been previously prepared. But since the fall of Egypt and of the Temple of Solomon, this seal has been practically unknown, except to a limited number of students of ancient religions and mysteries.
Quoting once again from Mr. Wayne's book, quote, "Remember Robert Lomas states that the Rosicrucians were the first scientists and the last of the sorcerers." He further notes the Rosicrucians proudly claim to speak to demons and fallen angels, spirit guides, and avatars. The Rosicrucian order is regarded to be an inner world group of great adepts holding knowledge, power, and wisdom that essentially make them demigods compared to mundane humans. These are adepts who answer directly to the College of Invisibles, the obscure source of the knowledge and force behind the Rosicrucian movement and the invisible world government. Close quote.